Hello Central Unified, and thank you for tuning in to the first Central Live of 2022. My name is Gilbert Maggione, and I'm the Communications and Public Relations Officer. It's a brand new year, and we're hitting the ground running. This month, we tell you about our annual Employee of the Year awards, how students are spelling out victory, and when seniors can apply for an inspiring scholarship. Our topic spotlight is on the importance of mathematics and how you can help sharpen your students' skills at home. Let's start.
Central High School.
And that is the moment our Central High School varsity pep and cheer team learned they were the NCAA national champions. The cheer team recently traveled to Dallas, Texas, competed in the National Cheerleading Association's national championships, and took first place in the advanced co-ed division. This is the first time Central ever competes in the Nationals, and the first time a first-time entrant wins in the advanced division. Congratulations.
The bow of embers, nothing living remembers.
A Central Unified tradition returned this month. Students across all of our elementary schools presented articles, book summaries, shared poems, and dramatic dialogues during the annual Peach Blossom Festival. This event provides students an opportunity to develop and practice speaking and listening skills. This year's festival was held virtually.
Your word is surrounded. Surrounded.
Central students are hard at work practicing for this year's district spelling bee. Spelling bees are held at our school sites, and the winners compete head-to-head against the best of the best. This year's competition will take place on January 28th. Applications for the Janessa Ramirez Scholarship open on January 31st. This year, the scholarship is growing once again. A total of 10 $2,500 scholarships will be awarded to seniors. Since 2017, these scholarships have brought awareness to gang violence and have kept Janessa's memory alive through the gift of higher education. Mark your calendars. Our annual Employee of the Year awards are being streamed Thursday, February 10th at 5 in the evening. Every year, Central Unified recognizes exceptional employees who contribute to the overall mission and vision of our district. Employees are nominated by their peers, and this year we have 22 certified, 17 classified, and 10 administrative honorees. This year's ceremony, like last year's, will be held virtually and will stream on our Facebook and YouTube pages. Our testing center has moved and is now located at the district office. The center is open to students and staff from 9 in the morning to 3 in the afternoon. To make an appointment, please head over to centralunified.org, click the Parents tab, and click 2021-22 COVID-19 resources. There you'll be able to find our testing center page and information. Looking to get your COVID-19 vaccine or booster? There are several locations across Fresno that are ready to help you get protected. You can find a location by heading over to centralunified.org. Click the Parents tab and then select 2021-22 COVID-19 resources. You can also find other testing locations on our COVID-19 resources page. For this month's topic spotlight, we're diving into the world of mathematics. We discuss how you can help your student brush up on their 1, 2, 3s from the comfort of their own home. We're joined by Assistant Director for STEM and GATE, Jerry Ann Billington. Let's just get right into it. First and foremost, when a student goes home from school, how can parents help support them so they can continue learning and brushing up on those skills?
I think this is a really simple thing to do with your children at home. But if you think about the game of Yahtzee, for instance, think about all the computation, all of the skill development you do in mathematics by just playing a simple board game. So I'm a big advocate for those games that you play with dice and helping your child to see that there are multiple groups of things. So anything that you can do in the way of having your children play board games, but also work in the kitchen. That's another really good thing to have your children do, to follow a recipe, or to go to the store with you and point out things in the store that maybe are the best deal that they can get. Ask questions of your children and have them involved in math, which is a part of our everyday life. So bringing them into maybe projects at home where you're building something, constructing something, measuring, all of those things are really important. And they're simple things to do, and I know that sometimes we forget about the math that happens every day and how we can make sure that our children are involved in the mathematics that we do.
As we know, sometimes parents are busy and can't help their students out. What are some simple activities, students can do at home when they're by themselves?
We're fortunate, I think, to have so much technology. And I would say that the one thing, to do at home if you're a child that maybe feels like they need something more challenging in the way of mathematics, or even if you're a struggling student, regardless, you can always go to some of these 3D design applications or the code applications that I know might not be like another worksheet or something that we might typically want to give students to do more math, but they build spatial skills. So things like code.org or Tinkercad, those are things that a student could go on and pretty much do on their own, but would really be building the skills that they need for mathematics, which is, building that working memory. And that's really important when, they get to the algorithm of mathematics. So I think doing things like that would be a really good first step for any student.
Jerianna, is it okay for students to use a calculator?
We actually want our students to use calculators. We want them to use tools. And there are a lot of tools out there to use. So I think, a calculator is a good device for our students to use. And then, we have, though, opportunities for students to do story problems and word problems where they really have to understand the concepts, and a calculator really can't provide that. It can provide you a quick answer to a fact, but when it's a question where the students really have to use their analytical skills, they have to evaluate something or compare it to something else, a calculator can't do that. So it really depends on the problem, but if it is something that they need as a tool, I think providing it isn't necessarily a negative thing.
Where else can someone access resources, or do you have any advice or recommendations rather for resources that students and parents alike can access?
There are lots of resources out there. I mean, we all know things like Khan Academy and those things, but the first step, if you need support with your child in mathematics, or if a student feels like they need support, is to really go to the teacher. The first best step is to, and I know it's hard sometimes to advocate for yourself, but if you can let the teacher know that you need support, because there are after-school programs. Each of our school sites has intervention, math intervention in place, but also teachers know best about which resources that struggling students in mathematics need.
And before we bring this Central Live to a close, we'd like to remind our Central family to fill out their health screeners before coming onto campus every morning. And remember, if you feel sick, stay home. Thank you for joining us, and have a great day.